Most small businesses or small business owners find out about income tax when they get an email from SARS, whether they are penalized or not, or when they were not compliant in funding, or not compliant when they were submitting a tender. This gives a lot of businesses a lot of headaches because most of them don't know anything about taxes. Today, I'm going to make sure that this never happens to you. But you need to understand this is not an accounting lesson, it's a survival lesson so that you never get caught when this happens. I also want you to understand that this, when you understand this, you're going to be able to at least understand the terminology. So I want you to understand this is just a basic lesson. It's not deep, it's not too deep. I just want you to understand the basics of the tax that you pay. Welcome to Kula Business SA. I'm Pumla, your business builder. Today we're talking about the basics of taxation, meaning we're just going to discuss the terminology, the different types of taxes that you might be subjected to pay, or you might end up collecting on behalf of the state. The first one, and this one is for everyone, the income tax. Who pays this? Everybody pays this. Companies, individuals, they pay income tax. This is an annual, you file this at the end of the year. Like now, we are filing, and your business is going to be submitting its tax returns. This is where you showcase what you've done during the course of the year. So your expenses, your income, and so forth. As a business owner, I would recommend that you go to a tax practitioner for this. Ne? Not because you cannot do it on your own, but if you've never done it, if you don't understand it, you will make mistakes. And SARS is not the friendliest. You don't want to do SARS like that. Especially if you make a lot of money and you have a lot of expenses, you need a tax accountant or a tax practitioner to help. Provisional tax. This taxation is paid by freelancers, consultants, and some businesses, and it is paid biannually. So it is paid twice a year. It is calculated on an advance basis. So yeah, so these are not people who are earning every day. These are people who earn, maybe have contracts and stuff like that, that they pay provisional tax. Even businesses can pay provisional tax. And the one that gives a lot of businesses a lot of headache, VAT, value added tax. Now this is when a business collects tax, collects VAT from the consumer and pays it over to SARS. It is at 15%. So that's why you see 15% on your invoices. That is a VAT vendor. Now with this one, you are not allowed to collect VAT if you're not a VAT vendor, or you are not a SARS does not know about it. Like you collect it and you keep it to yourself. That's illegal. That's against the law. So you don't want to do, in fact, you don't want to do anything that is going to trigger SARS. You just don't want to do that. So what is the threshold? It was 1 million, but it has recently gone up to, I think, 2.8 million. And you have to register for it. And if you don't register for it and you continue with life as usual, you will be slapped with a fine, number one. And SARS is going to come and collect its money. And you will be non-compliant. You don't want that. You really don't want to be non-compliant when it comes to SARS, because your business depends on being compliant. And then pay as you earn. payee. This one is for employees, deducted every month on your salary advice. It's one that a lot of employees complain about. So if you've got employees, you have to register them they have a tax number, then you collect the tax on behalf of SARS and you pay it over to SARS. So those are the types of taxes that you can come across, and just AJ understand the terminologies, you will not get caught off guard. The tax season in South Africa is from the 1st of March up until the 28th of February. However, when we file ever since COVID. We started filing in July. So now I think tomorrow is going to be opening. It opens for like 2 to 3 months. Then everyone is going to be filing. Everyone files. Everyone files. Songe, we're filing. Unless you are a provisional taxpayer. So you will file in February. And if you want to keep or you want to manage all of this, keep your records. Keep your records, right? If you did work invoices, don't keep every single record that you can think of for the year, so that by the time you are supposed to file, everything is available, not just for you, but for your tax practitioner, so that they can see what has been going on in your books. Before I tell you where to go and what to do, I am going to caution by saying, as I said before, you need a tax practitioner to file for you, not because you can't file for yourself, but it is easier and more manageable if you have a tax practitioner that is going to file for you. And so maybe over time you can learn the skill for yourself to file for yourself. But I usually recommend, especially if you have no understanding what is going on in terms of SARS, that just hire a tax practitioner or an accountant to do it for you, and pay them whatever fee that is needed. Okay, with everything that I've said, log on to SARS, to efiling.sars.gov.za, just to check what's your history. Have you been filing? Have you not been filing? It's also good to understand and to know where you are with SARS. Even if you are hiring someone to do it for you, you need to actually know what's happening. You need to be able to log on to your own profile and see what is happening with your e-filing. It will actually give you a better overview of where you are with SARS and try to understand what's going on with your past and present files that you filed with SARS. And another thing that I'm going to need you to be mindful of, never, ever, ever ignore SARS. Whatever you do, never ignore that entity. It is for your goodness to face them. Whatever you do, just face them. Subscribe today and share this with someone who needs it. I'm Pumla, your business builder.